Hey everyone, it's Michael and
Alex
and
Ruben. No, DJ. Oh no, it's DJ now.
come on, dude, you had one line, mate.
All right.
From Bullion Now, we're all from Bullion Now, aren't we?
We are. Yes. Sorry.
What a great start! Should we rewind and do that again?
I'm sorry, guys. There's a reason why I'm behind the scenes. Okay.
Alrighty, and it's Friday, the Friday that we proudly bring you every week.
Yes, and what I call Good Friday, because tomorrow's my Saturday off. So
Hey,
yeah, it's a 2-day weekend.
we give you a day off.
Not really. I still get phone calls from the guys. Still get phone calls from the guys in the shop, but
Yes, I got into trouble from my kids the other day because I was spending the day with my kids, and I reckon 60% of it must have been at least on the phone. So we got home, and I can't remember the conversation, but basically it was, Dad, you didn't actually. You were on the phone.
You were here, but you weren't here.
I'm like, yeah, but you had my credit card, so that would have been all right, wouldn't it? Well, yeah, okay, I suppose so.
Look, I wouldn't have complained. Well, it'll be all BN purchases on the list anyways.
Although you should, particularly when my 15-year-old was a little bit younger, like he'd just raid my wallet, pull the Amex out.
Wow.
Because I've got an Amex. I'm not, long story behind that one. And he'd walk up to the counter and he'd present this Amex to pay with, and they'd look at him like, you're 12. Why have you got an Amex? But no one ever turned him down. Work that one out.
Yeah, that was the green ones, weren't they?
No, that one was it's the platinum one.
Oh, right. No. Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't right back then.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
Back on topic. Deej, I don't have any chat up there, mate.
Yes, I have noticed.
Yeah, if you can fix it. So, in case you had noticed, Ruben is still away, despite the fact that he made a cameo appearance when DJ said, and Ruben, no, hang on, DJ.
Yeah, confused Deej, poor old Deej. Oh, and what a week again.
Yeah, you know.
Lines out the door because of gold spot going up. Yeah.
It's the cheapest you've seen it in about 5 years' time.
Yeah.
You'll be looking back going, man, why didn't I buy? It was below $5,000. Why didn't I buy more of it?
And I see, I don't know if you was like this, but I see in the store people go, oh, should I sell my silver now to buy gold now? And then you have the other crowd like selling gold to buy silver, and it's always interesting talking to how people's views are, but it's always colourful.
Yeah. And we're getting the, I don't know if you've had it, but I've had quite a few this week of when crypto goes back up, I'm going to roll it back into precious metal and that type of thing, which is, And
now I know some others are selling gold to buy crypto because now it's on sale.
Yeah.
So, you see the full spectrum coming to the store, and the conversations are just incredible.
Yeah, the buybacks are...
Sorry, in shop and in line.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that was it today. We were pretty much serving in line, weren't we?
Yeah.
So
I'm actually still trying to process an invoice from from another sale. So it's been nuts.
If people are having trouble with Alex's mic, just let us know. I know Metal Inquisitors put the question up there.
Yeah.
You're having trouble with your computer, aren't you, mate?
I'm having trouble with the computer and the mic. I'm basically flying blind here.
Yeah. Situation normal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good stuff.
Abnormal.
So, thank you for a few people noticing my haircut. I just brushed it different, though, really. Yeah. But, I think I lost about,
What did it ask you the other day? Did they bring back conscription?
Yeah, that's right.
Smart Alex. Smart Alex. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good on you. Yeah. No, I reckon I lost about half a kilo just in the haircut.
Wow.
It was, I was going wool blind. So, all good fun.
All right. So what's been happening?
Well, it has been a week, I have to say. It has been an interesting week. So, from an owner's perspective, completely separate to the price of gold, which has been an interesting week in and of itself, and we'll come back to that in a minute. But so doing the extension of the shop in Melbourne there, we hit a few major snags this week. So that's... you have everything mapped out, you have the finances mapped out, and then you get the phone call. Yeah. It's
then, as it inevitably happens, life happens.
Yeah, that's right. So that's pushed that back 2 weeks and probably 20 grand, which I'm still cranky about. But, So you have that. Then you have all the fun and joy of running the shop. And it's been a busy week. And then we see gold and silver, but particularly gold last night turned very positive.
Or negative. Depending how you look at it, because
gold turned positive, the news turned negative.
No, because I was looking at some buybacks that came in yesterday in gold. This morning, I'm like, man. Yeah, it's always the case, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's always the way. Murphy's Law.
Yep.
But I have to say, I was about half an hour ago, I'm thinking, man, I'm going to fall asleep through this, because I've been on the go since just after 2 this morning. Yeah. So I'm really starting to feel it. And then this isn't coffee.
No,
this is actually hot chocolate.
Yeah. This is coffee. Yeah.
I could feel it. Alex walked into the door about 2 minutes before live stream, and I took a swig of that, and I could feel it going through me. So I reckon I've got enough charge to get me through to the end now.
Oh, and now thanks, Deej, got the
we got the chat screen up.
I don't know how I'm doing here because my net's still
Metal
gone.
Inquisitor, you're going to miss out because Alex isn't in the store tomorrow, but he might be able to sort something out for you.
Yes, Sean messaged me earlier, so I put an alarm on after the stream. So I put away what I've got what I have for you here. So that'll be in the shop waiting for you.
So bring your wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
All good stuff.
I can say something smartest, but I won't because it'll give away what it is. So yeah, I'll tell you about it after the stream.
Sounds good. Alrighty, so today we are missing Ruben, as we said right back at the start, but DJ has thankfully stepped in for the the inept me, who
Yeah.
really, we saw last week, I think it took me 3 goes to get the live stream going.
It
We
was-
had 1, 2, and 3.
No, it was first time for me watching, so that was good.
Yeah. So, DJ was meant to help last week, but I decided to move it out of the studio because I had other commitments. And, this week we kind of went, I think we need Deej there. So Deej has stepped in and all things are good.
Yeah. Thanks to all the people last Saturday. Just asking, where were you on a stream? So, it always spins me out just how many customers watch. It always spins me out. So thank you for watching. Yeah.
No, it's
and the kind
absolutely-
words, yeah.
It absolutely makes the stream. So we can't go too far without talking about the price of gold. It's
golden.
getting up there.
Yeah.
It's golden.
Yeah.
It's really getting up there, isn't it?
And you probably asked as well all the time, like, is this the high? And I'm like, look, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't believe it. That's just my personal opinion. But, you get questions all the time, don't you?
Yeah.
And it still surprises me how many people, like, it's taken a few that I know personally now 4 years of me talking about it, now that people are not stackers, that are just actually noticing and like, hey, you're starting seeing conversations in the mainstream.
Yeah. Well, I had parent-teacher interview with one of my kids recently. And, people were stopping me in the, because I've been around that school for... I've got 5 kids and this one's my youngest going through, so I've been there for a long time. So they know what I do. A lot of people there know what I do.
Life nearly.
Yeah, that's right. And people are stopping me saying, gold's doing this and silver's doing that. And I think, man, like even 2 years ago, I'd walk these corridors and nothing precious metal would be talked about. Now, not every person, but certainly a number of people where my son started getting a little bit sick of it, were stopping me discussing the price of gold and that. So it's certainly becoming front of mind for a lot of people.
Yeah. Are you finding mainly just gold or silver?
No, both.
Yeah.
And even platinum is rearing its head. And it's good to see platinum hit, early this morning it was at 15.65 Australian an ounce, which is...
Again, good if you're holding.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
And look, I think it's got further to go. But it's interesting because I was only thinking on the drive on the way in early this morning that platinum has kind of moved up slowly. It's not done this, gold's kind of ramped up over these last few months sort of thing. Platinum's just plodded away because it was only a few years ago where when I first started banging on about platinum and we, more and more people started talking about it, where, platinum was about $1,000 Australian an ounce.
Wow. That's before my time, yeah.
A few years later, and we're only talking, I'd have to look up the chart.
So before my stacking time, I should say.
Well, it's only about 3 or 4 years.
Really? Was it that low?
Yeah. It was in COVID. It was certainly that low.
No, I think the first platinum I bought was the Ox.
So that would have been 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but even that, like you look, let's say it's been 5 years. That's still a 50% return, over a 50% return over those 5 years
well.
for an industrial metal. That's actually reasonable. We're seeing. Okay, I'm using simple interest here, but we're seeing a 10% per annum return.
Yeah.
That's pretty good on a stable industrial metal.
I have been. So I'm not in the shop all the time, but as I've been in the shop in the last maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3. I've been seeing more platinum sales come through. That's like people buying platinum and sometimes just platinum, and I haven't really seen that before, so I thought that was interesting. Sometimes I engage in conversation just because I love platinum. So but I've noticed that a little bit of an uptick, not too much, but certainly more than before.
Yeah, so it's good to see that spread across the range. It's not just gold and silver, but we're seeing platinum. Palladium's turned around and it's starting to head back up again. Even rhodium's is stirring. So it's good to see that whole market is
Actually,
starting to move.
someone asked last week, and I think there was another call question about rhodium as well. So
Yeah.
So it's starting to get out there a bit.
Yeah, it's interesting to see those discussions. Look, I'm certainly, please don't take away from this discussion. I'm starting to push rhodium because it's a niche of a niche of a niche. Like it's right out there, particularly in the Australian market. There's very few of us deal in rhodium, and the spreads are just far too
Buyback, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
And even us, like, if I know I had an inquiry a week or so ago about buying back quite a large amount of rhodium. we'd have to flick it straight to the refiners, and there's very few refiners that will deal with it these days as well. I don't think there's any in Australia that will take it from us in a solid form. We actually have to offshore it to get it processed. So I'm absolutely not saying going into rhodium. That is getting right out there in the niches, and you need to understand. Yeah, that was how we first met. I spent a good half an hour, I reckon it was probably longer, trying to talk you out of buying rhodium from me.
Yeah, you just talked me into it. No, because I thought, oh, look, I was it took long because I was a bit confused. Like, hang on, are you the boss and you're trying to talk me out of a sale? I'm like, hang on a minute.
I was trying to be honest with you.
No, you were, but that's what I've been buying. Like, I've been almost here 2 years now, but I've been a customer for 3. Yeah, since that time because of that. So I thought, oh, that was a bit unusual, but yeah.
Half an hour. I'm going, do you really understand what this is? Like, you got to understand what you're getting into.
I did, but I didn't know the full extent. And you told me about the how much, you'd lose and the GST on top, but my mind was already made up. So, yeah. And he was the last one. So it was like, that's it.
Yeah. So I'm not pushing certainly rhodium and even palladium to a degree. Look, I actually really like the palladium story. I think it's got a lot of legs to move, but you've got to be careful in Australia because of that GST issue, and the spread is quite wide, meaning that the difference between the buy and the sell on it, you've got to move palladium's got to move probably 20% for you to break even on really rough numbers. So bear that in mind when you're buying it.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really that we've really had an increase in sales in compared to when I started.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's been a good year and a bit since I've been working at BN, and there was no palladium sales.
Yeah.
And then they started trickling through about September, October last year, and now we're selling regularly some palladium like every week. And like, even I'm talking like 1 hour, and we're not talking like massive numbers,
kilos.
but it's just seeing like, oh, hang on, when we're double checking everything, make sure that is a palladium, not a platinum, because especially the same brands look the same.
Yeah. Well, I told the story the other week of that tube of fillies that got sold back to us.
Wow.
And one of them was a platinum filly.
Yeah,
in a tube of silvers. So yeah.
Yeah, so
the customer that was selling it was very happy when we said, "Oh, look, it's a platinum one."
Yeah, but whoever sold it to him must be very upset.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Fortunately, I don't think that was us.
Yeah.
So
getting a bit of Lion King in the Circle of Life, is it the song? Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good fun. So it's good to see all those metals move. Now the big question. Well, no, there's two questions here. Why is gold and silver particularly, but even down to the others, why have they moved? And then, can they go further? So, what do you think?
Am I going to put my silver hat on? I'm not going to say tinfoil, but or just with everything going on. And I think, like I said before, with more of gold and silver being talked about, not necessarily just in mainstream, but like even like with Tucker Carlson, like I believe now he's the biggest podcaster in the world, like with numbers. He's overtaken Joe Rogan. So him doing a whole episode on, with gold, that getting out there, people like you just look online and there's so many people talking about, just mentioning, and I mean, there's all types of, beliefs, and like we said, people want to talking about selling gold to buy silver, selling silver to buy gold, selling Bitcoin to buy either, selling that to buy. But there's more and more conversations happening, but more and more new people I think coming in as well, and a lot of them that I've spoken to happen to be from that uncertainty, a bit of fear as well. And then when you look at gold prices, had been generally steadily going up, but then since about, I don't know, whenever you said don't panic, and then I went all in my super and gold. That was I'm thinking that was around September or October last year.
October last year is where we started to really
It's just been going. It's been unusual in you compare it in recent times. So there's that fear factor as well, and especially when there's more talk of, I'm seeing more and more talk of CDBCs, and we haven't, as a civilization, when was the last time we went to an all digital controlled programmed currency, which is never. So there's a lot of uncertainty. There's fear in the market, and now with more and more people talking about it, again, I'm dealing with a lot of with family now as well. Family came in yesterday and they bought And it hasn't happened. And I've been talking about it for 5 years, since 2020. Friends asking about it. Their friends then giving their friends my number. Can you just call and have a chat? So
yeah. Look, it's. I think there's a lot of things, and I think it goes on the.
But so yeah, fear and uncertainty, and just the crazy charting of the gold at the moment.
But it goes on, like, you're right. It's family and friends, as we've already spoken about. But it's not just family and friends. It goes all the way through to we're seeing a lot of the things in in the States and in the Europe on a global level. People globally, we're not trusting each other. Globally, there's uncertainty in all the markets. Globally, there's, there's Laurie's mentioning there the silver squeeze. There's more talk about that. There's the play between the LME and COMEX at the moment, where you can hang on. Let me get this around the right way. Where you can buy it for less on the LME than you can on the COMEX. So a lot of the big boys are buying their metal on the London Metals Exchange, transporting it to the US and selling it, like fulfilling their COMEX contracts in physical, and that is then they're arbitraging that difference and making quite a lot of money out of it. So there's things like this that are going on, that it's driving the price, it's driving the interest. Whenever you get these, and we saw it in Bitcoin years ago when you could arbitrage between different exchanges with the same product, and that's effectively what's happening here, and that will drive the price up in the London Metals Exchange, and so it increases interest there, which increases interest in the States, which drives between the two of them, the Europe, the UK, and I know this is three of them, not two, but you get what I mean. Europe, UK, and the US, that tends to drive the market, with some of Asia pushing as well. It's absolutely pushing those things along. So it's not just the you and I factor, it's the big, global factor, from the little guys like us to the massive central banks and things like that, and they're all starting to bring it in house. They're all starting to try and see it into physical, and while they're promoting CDBCs on the outside,
and this is
CBDCs, I did that the wrong way. On the outside, on the inside, they're actually, getting everything physical that they can lay their sticky fingers on.
I think that's been the biggest change in recent times, with them going physical, not paper. And you're seeing that with the United States bringing all the physical gold. You're hearing talk about, auditing the Fed. I remember I remember over 20 years ago, they end the Fed, audit the Fed and all that, and nothing's ever happened until pretty much, when was it, around January or so? I mean, my mind's all cooked from running around like the business here, but I think it was around January or something, or maybe at the end of last year. So it's out in the public again. And with these things that people have been calling on for decades. So them moving from paper, and again, talk of CDBC, but then people, and this is what I always say, don't do what they say. Don't just watch what they and do what they say, but what they do. Yeah. And what they're saying, like you said, one thing, but what they're doing is the physical, and now more and more people are seeing the physical acquisition, and it makes you wonder, well, hang on, well, if they're doing it, I should be doing that too. Yeah.
And that's before you start looking at also, the result of the tariffs is masses of silver and some gold, but masses of silver coming out of Europe, trying to park it into the States before these tariffs occur. So it's going to be,
if they get postponed another month, but it's again that uncertainty of that.
But the interest, and they're all stocking, or they being a lot of the manufacturers are sourcing and stocking a lot of silver and gold to produce whatever product they're producing, and then shipping it to the States to store there. So it's driving up this huge demand to be put into storage. It's going to be really interesting to see, say, the second half of this year. If this trade war doesn't kick off, if everything goes quiet, there's going to be, at the moment, there's a shortage of silver all over the place because everyone's kind of protecting their stack. It's going to be interesting if these tariffs and everything falls away. All of a sudden, people are going to go, well, actually, I can release all of this stack. Yeah. And I'm not saying it's, I actually don't really 100% believe what I'm saying, but, it could be that this gets flooded onto the market, and all of a sudden the premiums come back again.
I don't think that will be from regular stackers.
No, it won't be from you and
unless you need it, of course, and which is your metals are there for you if you need them. That they serve that purpose. So, but for the bigger industries, perhaps. Yeah.
We are still seeing a lot of, for those that are interested, we are still seeing a lot of buybacks coming through the store.
And going.
Well, and they're going. But the buyback, what I've noticed over the last 10 days, I'd reckon, is we're getting as many buybacks, but they're like, there's many people selling buybacks, but they're selling much smaller stacks.
Okay, yes.
I'm not seeing the tens or hundreds of kilos of silver come in one hit. I don't think I've seen any of those for several weeks where somebody's dropped 50 to 100 kilos or more on us. I'm not seeing the 20, 30, 40, 50 ounces of gold sellbacks. I'm seeing, and I just cleared the sellbacks before I came into here, and it was, other than one bag, and I'll go through that in a moment, but other than one bag, it was 2 ounces of gold.
Yeah.
A half ounce gold, 3 ounces of silver, 5 ounces of silver. There was one bag that was a decent sized bag, but it was all 1 ounces. Other than, I think there was a 10 ounce bar in there as well, and a couple of 2 ounces, but everything else was just 1 ounce, just general coins.
That's what I've been seeing as well when checking through the buybacks. I remember it was about a year ago, as I happened to be walking through the shop, and one customer just brought back, I think it was 25 1 ounce coins, gold coins. He was very happy. He got it. He purchased them at about $1,500 cheaper than what.
Yeah, he probably got 2,800 for him. He
was wrapped. I was wrapped just for the show and tell aspect.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen anything like that in recent times, since I'd say, I mean, I think there was one where someone just brought back a few weeks ago, all these, about 20 1 ounce cast bars, but that's like a one-off. Yeah. Everything else is 1 to 1.5, and seeing a lot of the fractional and even impure, the 22 carats come through, almost like people are cleaning the drawers out with some things.
I absolutely think there's a lot of that because. Actually, I didn't bring it in. It's sitting on my desk, and I think probably never to be seen again. But I actually was going to grab it. It still shocks me that people are selling back already snakes, like the lunar snakes. Yeah. They can't have owned them. Logistically, you cannot have owned them for more than about 4 months because they got released in October or November last year.
I think it was later, Yeah,
it might have been September, October. Whatever it was. So you literally couldn't have had them, even if you'd bought them on release day, you couldn't have had them more than 6 months. And they're already selling them back.
Yeah.
I've never known a year. I mean, you'd see the odd one where people buy them and they go, oh, heck, I can't afford this. Something's come up. I need to sell it back. Yeah. You always see the odd one or two, but we are seeing multiple sellbacks of snakes, of coins that were only released 6 or 8 or 10 weeks ago. And
in all various sizes, from half ounce to kilos, all throughout.
The whole lot. Yeah. And it's people are selling them back, and not only has it covered their premium that they've paid, but the spot price has moved to where they're actually making a profit and they're happy to liquidate.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, and we're also I love it when the price goes up. People always get worried about it. Say, oh, can you afford it if silver breaks? I remember a conversation about 18 months, 2 years ago. What are you going to do if gold breaks $5,000 an ounce? I'm going to keep buying it and selling it. It's not going to change anything. It'll be great. But because it's right up there, it's nearing $5,000 an ounce. Australian, I'm talking about now, and we're talking a lot more people are talking about it. They're going, oh, remember that. That coin that great aunt Edna gave us, and we stuck it in the back sock drawer, and they'll dig it out, and we're getting all these fascinating coins from the 70s and 80s.
Nothing as cool as that sovereign in a bomber jacket.
Yeah, no, we haven't done that yet.
Oh, that's great. No, the one that
I remember
your story
the one.
of the customer. Yeah.
But
what would you say? And I think it was Sabinator that asked, more silver or gold? You think's coming through?
I would probably say more silver than gold at the moment. Certainly, I mean, always by weight. It always is. But even by value, I'd say, while we're not seeing the large sellbacks of silver, we're still seeing very consistent, 2, 3, 4, 5 kilos of silver. I think 5 kilos would probably be the most I've seen for a couple of weeks come through in one lump. And probably the largest gold I've seen sell back lately was somebody sold back approximately 30 10-gram bars. and that was only the other day.
Yes, that's right. No, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's 300 grams of gold. Don't let me play this down as though this is chump change, because it's not. But like for us to buy back, that's not a very that's not an unusual buyback that we wouldn't see normally. On a normal day, you'd see 2 or 3 or 4 of those, and even larger buybacks at different times. So, yeah, it very much interesting times with what we're seeing both on a global level, but also on a small guy, you and I level.
Yeah, I'd say silver, gold, and platinum.
Yeah,
We're not getting that much. Yeah,
yeah, I'd agree with that.
yeah. Time for a breather.
It is. So we should address.
if you've got time for some questions.
Yeah,
and
go
whatnot.
for it, mate.
Yeah,
Hit us up.
before we start that, I just want to apologise because my computer's lagging pretty bad. I think I'm still on a dial-up modem.
Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding.
So
because,
I'll get to any questions. I usually watch the stream afterwards and I'll answer in the comments. But if there's anything, just Michael will probably
Lay them on us,
answer 'em.
Deej.
Starting from the first one I find, the Metal Inquisitor. Hey, Michael, any updates / price guide on 1 kilo Lady Germania and 1 ounce gold AB bar, please?
No,
Nope, done.
not on the hop. Not today, mate. And I think I did say ask me next week, but not today, mate. Ask me next week.
I must admit, I was reading up. There's quite a lot of attention drawn to what you've got on the table.
That's what I was going to ask as well. That was...
I'll explain it all. Let's do some questions first, and then
Right.
we'll get stuck into this. I know somebody asked about, can we ask about the coins on the table? Absolutely. We'll go through them all because there's a couple of things I just want to discuss.
There was one about saving up for like a monster box and whatnot, and I believe Jim answered that with the 3 month storage, if you can fill it up type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely you can. You can use the 3 month storage. The other way you can do it is to buy unallocated, store it up through unallocated, and then when you're happy that you've got enough, bang in the order for the whole monster box.
Yeah.
How about this one that just came in? What's BN's max cash payout on people selling back?
We don't have a limit. There's obviously government requirements that we absolutely fulfil, but theoretically there's no real limit on a buyback on the number or how we pay it out. We obviously suggest for security reasons that you don't wander the streets with wads of cash falling out your pocket.
Or if you're from the Balkans, just bring your cousins along. And it's all good.
I was about to say, I did see one where, how does one person come in with like 20 kilos of silver? Nice strong arms.
Yeah, look, it always, the one that cracks me up is where they'll buy 20 kilos or 30 kilos, they'll roll in and they'll go, gee, it's heavy, isn't it? It's like,
I've had that.
it weighs 20 kilos. What did you think it was going to do?
No, I can't. Well, I've had that from a few ladies, older ladies, who usually it's their first purchase and they've been recommended by someone. So, buy this, and the cheapest will be like in kilo bars. So, okay, I've got this much to spend. I'll pick it up, and it's like this, like a bit larger than normal purse, but it's like that's not gonna do.
Look, we do, and I don't want to advertise this too much, but it's not the first time where we've said, look, we'll escort you to the car.
Yeah.
We'll get one of the trolleys out and we'll wheel it through to the car. And that's usually the first question is, where's your car parked? And if they say at the front, I go, yeah, I'll do that. But if they say, oh, it's just down the street, I go, Alex.
Yeah, good times.
Because they always say it's just down the street, but it's always just up the street.
Yeah. My best just down the street was right at the end of Collins and past the park.
Oh, no.
On the corner.
Parliament.
Yeah, Parliament. I'm like, that's so long down the street.
And it's all uphill.
Yeah.
And you can't even catch a tram.
That's why I don't go to gym. Don't need to go gym.
Yeah,
Pay gym
that's
fees.
it.
Even back when I was helping out with that stuff, always. It's just like, oh yeah, it's just outside, up there. I'm going, oh boy, hello. I guess I can cancel my gym subscription.
Yeah, it's good fun sometimes.
Just going back, sorry, one more by Joe. Chinese insurance companies are now permitted to purchase gold. Yeah, I think there was 3 big companies, 3 big players in China that have been given that. And that was only, I believe, recently as well. So, yeah, and there's a lot of, we're getting a lot of younger Asian, like that I've been dealing with, particularly Chinese couples coming through and settling down. But they're very, so good to see, very financially, like bullion savvy.
Yeah. Well, it's cultural.
It is cultural, yeah.
And I know it's not popular these days to talk about cultures and things like that, but you can absolutely see cultures coming through, different customers and the beliefs behind it. It's quite often, you see the Australians come through, or mugs like me that come through, and you're the first one to kind of in your family to explore this, this weird thing called precious metals, and then you get some of the other cultures coming in, and it's like, my great grandfather, stacked this, and my grandparents stacked this, and my parents stacked this, and now I'm finally getting to a point where I can start stacking it. And it was never a case of what is it? It's a case of when are we going to do it? It's at this point we will start buying it, and they're already half charged, which is really, really refreshing.
One of my favourite things that quite a few of my Indian friends do, and just a lot of our Indian customers, is the tradition of getting the jewellery from family, like inheritance, and then melting it down and casting it for yourself. Yeah. So it's like stays within the family for generations. Yeah. And yet it is your own, and yet because you don't lose any of that. That's what makes gold gold, and you don't lose anything in that process. And you carry on this whole chain. Pun intended. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. I want to pick up on one there just because it's worrying me a little bit. VOD75 have the funnel web coins which were on back order been sourced yet? Now, as far as I'm aware, they've all the orders have been filled. Yes. So VODs, if you've got an order in the system that hasn't been filled, if you could send us an email to. Send it to sales at the moment because Ruben's not here.
Yeah. If you can send it to sales and just put attention Alex, and then they'll flick it onto me. But what might happen is it's in storage, because as far as I know, everything's been filled. Yeah. And then I'll look into it anyway. Yeah. So if there is something, send it to sales@bullionnow.com.au, and just in whatever you type in the header, just put attention Alex as well, and then they'll flick it onto me.
Another one I want to pick up on, I know I'm jumping ahead of you, Deej, and I apologise. Good. Are Goldbacks worth buying? And it's interesting that, some people have said no, they're not, and other people are saying it depends. They're an interesting... What are your thoughts on Goldbacks? Because we haven't done this for a while, and I think this one's interesting.
I was going to pick that one out next, because I know Alex has some good opinions on this.
So, you're talking to someone that's got rhodium. Yes, I have Goldbacks. I have sets of Goldbacks, all right? Look, I do think it's worth it, especially in the smaller denominations like the ones, maybe the fives, definitely the ones. It's a great way that I've found to get people interested, and as a opening point of discussion in gold. It's beautiful artwork. It's great for gifts. I have used it as gifts, children's gifts, tooth fairy money. I even used it, as I said, in a farmer's market to buy, honey. And just so happened that the gentleman was a silver stacker. And again, it's this conversation that wouldn't know, but it's pretty good. It's very versatile. The problem in Australia is it does come with GST on it, so it makes it a bit unviable. I know a cafe where I spend Goldbacks on, so I do like it. I do encourage it. However, this is usually just within friends, and for the aforementioned reasons. Is it worth stacking? I wouldn't say so. But I bought, even before I started the DN, I bought a full set of Goldbacks when it was just Utah Goldbacks. And I got a lot more of the ones for all those reasons, like gifts. And it's a great way when you give kids something like that and they're like, wow, and it's just so pretty. And it's very flashy. Gold. It's real gold, and it starts a conversation. So for that, I think it's well worth the smaller amounts. Now, if you go large amounts, I don't know. For a collector, I'm a stacker and collector, so for me, it's a no-brainer. Then some would say, collectors have no brains, because just go for everything. But I like it I like the ones, and I do encourage the ones, especially if you've got kids or if you have an ability to do that. what I mentioned.
I think it's real gold, so it's a good conversation starter. It's still real gold, so I wouldn't write it off. We had this conversation earlier on this week where we were saying the Goldbacks on our website are a fixed price. They don't vary with the spot price movement. They are getting closer to being spot value on the website.
Yeah, because you said that. You said it a couple of times. Oh, I'll check in next week. And like I said, I've got the whole Utah collection, but I haven't got the rest. And I'm like, just go pick some up before they sell. Half of them are sold.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, they're
I
selling
didn't even realise because they keep going. And then, you said.
Yeah. So obviously the next lot we bring in are going to be, they're going to be repriced at a higher price. So in all honesty, we should have revalued these ones at a higher price. So they still go up in value as time goes on, the same as gold does. And they have that collector premium, as Alex has already mentioned. No one ever likes a conversation with the ATO. I would love to have a conversation with the ATO to discuss the GST on them and say, if these are used as a currency, if I'm using them to spend as money, would they still incur GST? Because I don't believe they would, i.e. the 1966 50 cent piece.
Yeah.
Now, if you use that as currency, I owe you 50 cents, there is no GST on it. But if I sell it to you as a bullion dealer or as a coin dealer, if I sell it to you as a collector item, it then incurs GST.
Yeah.
So I think there is a discussion to be had to say, should these incur GST or not? Because technically they are designed as a currency. And if they're sold as a currency to be used, which is their intent, they shouldn't incur GST.
Yeah.
But if they're sold as a collector's item, I want to frame them and put them on the wall and just look at them, then that, in my understanding, and I'm not giving anyone any financial or taxation advice here, but my understanding would be in that case they would incur GST. So they're an interesting one.
But so at the end of the day, would you or wouldn't you with the Goldbacks?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I take them. I have a really easy answer to this one. Yeah. I love the way they look. Yeah. I love the designs on them. Yeah. I'm going to buy them for the pretty.
Yeah, me too. So I have a lot of little bullion side projects, and one of them I wanted to do an actual book with a folder with one, and then frame it, and you can see the actual face of it. And then have the description as copied from the Goldbacks website, which is fantastic. So you have a visual representation in a collection and as an educational tool and for younger children and stuff. But again, if you're going to go the whole collection, the 50s are going to,
Yeah, look,
I don't know if I'd recommend for people to go that high, which is why we don't get that many 50s in. And Florida now made 100 Goldbacks.
Yeah.
And that would be interesting.
Goldback. They've gone the other
half,
They've gone the other extreme.
Yeah. I don't mind the half. It's just my wallet will mind with the 100 Goldback.
But you got to remember when people are asking me these types of questions about Goldbacks and things like that, I'm the guy who has literally spent tens of thousands of dollars buying collector fiat currency that has no physical backing to it at all.
You didn't outbid me the other day, did you? There was an auction. Okay, no, that's all good.
Probably the thing that I can't resist is the pre-Federation notes.
Right.
So, because it's a fascinating part of our history where banks and trading companies could actually issue their own currency.
Yeah.
And some of the designs on them are just beautiful, and they are. This is not financial advice. They are a great investment from across that. You know, all of mine have gone up in value, and they're beautiful.
What I'd like to say to that is you really need to know what you're getting, though, don't you?
You do.
As in not to be ripped off in that scenario. Like when I went to the Ender show and looked at all the ancient stuff, I'm like, this is fantastic. Is this a bargain at $700 or am I being ripped off at
$700? I'll take it.
Yeah, take what when you don't know the field, it can be a bit. I'd say watch your step.
Yeah. All right, you got some more questions for us, mate?
Yeah, continuing on with the Goldback train. I know it was brought up before, but are we planning on getting any of the Floridas?
We're loosely planning on getting them. There's a couple of logistical things that are going on.
Yeah, and I'm strongly encouraging.
If Alex gets his way, we will absolutely have them in the not too distant future.
Just to finish up on the Goldbacks, I love that one of our customers came in when we first released them, and he bought an ounce in Goldbacks.
Yeah.
So it was 101. Was it 100? Yeah, 101 Goldbacks.
The 100th, or they're worth 200th, aren't they? No, is that the half?
I know he paid 3 times the amount to buy an ounce.
Yeah, but talk about great fractional.
That's incredible fractional, yeah. But anyway, I'll leave it at that with Goldbacks.
Actually, there is one last question for the Goldback discussion.
Yep.
Do we buy back Goldbacks?
Look, we do, but I think you're crazy if you sell them back to us. Not trying to insult any customers that have sold them back to us. You're not going to get the premium. We're a bullion dealer. We're going to buy at spot. So it's not a great idea to sell them back to us, although we will buy them back. And we try and give you a fair price for them. The Goldbacks are the one that I don't like doing because, I don't like it, but we will buy them back. You are better off selling them to some of the coin shops or getting them out into the secondary market. You're going to get more for it that way.
And never be afraid to do Goldback tips when you come in the shop. So.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think anyone would turn you down on that one. Yeah.
Okay, so next is from Phil R. Gents, how come the troy ounce, technically OZT, is actually used as Oz in the precious metal industry? Or does that happen in Australia only?
No,
so why is it
around the world.
Except for just ounce instead of just troy ounce type of thing?
Yeah, it's just... It's a shortening. It's just people are lazy, I suppose, at the end of the day. I mean, I'm as lazy as anyone else on these things. I just use ounce. But you're right. To be technically correct, you should be using T ounce.
Which is what it says on our website.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
In Sell My Bullion, if you go to bullionnow.com.au, Sell My Bullion, you'll see it say T/OZ.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad it does. I hadn't realised it did, but I'm glad it does.
Yeah, no, because I like to show a lot of people like in store, like to check how much you will get in real time for, you might be at home and wondering how much you'd get, so you can always check there. But and people new to stacking always say, oh, but I thought, and it's like, no, it's not ounces. It's not the normal ounce.
It's not fluid ounces.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, frequently we'd have that conversation of, no, look, it's not a fluid ounce, which is 28.8 grams. It's a troy ounce, which is 31.1035.
Yeah.
And you can see the eyes glaze over at about that point.
Yeah. I got one here. I'll pronounce it how I would pronounce it. Troika 63. Nice gold watch, Alex. Thank you. That's actually my first inheritance of gold with some ducats. When I went back to Serbia from my grandfather, who got it for 20 years, continuous working in a copper and gold mine.
Oh, there you go.
So it's a bit of he's
very cool.
He left it to me. So yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I love having it around.
Vasily's jumped in there. So Katie from LCS is a real legend. She provided exceptional service last week, helping me to buy my lovely coin. Blew my socks off. Where did you find such... You keep moving it, mate. Where did you find such lovely staff like Sean and Katie? Mate, you keep going like that, I'm going to have to start giving pay rises and bonuses, so let's tone it down a little bit. We have incredible staff. Like, I'm frequently amazed at... I said this once before, I come from a family of business owners, and quite often Christmas the family gathering can turn into a bit of a complaint about staffing issues at different times, and I listen to it, and I'm frequently amazed that the team that works at Bullion Now are just fantastic. Every one of them is just unbelievable. We are incredibly fortunate to have the team that has assembled at Bullion Now, and I'm thankful for them every day. So it's really good.
Talking about the team, I feel like it's good old Poochie moment of when Ruben's not on stream, everyone should be asking, where's Ruben? Now I'm being a bit ambitious here, and Ruben actually contacted me before the stream.
Oh, really?
And sent me this good old mess. Sent me this.
Somebody's at Avalon Air Show.
Yeah, that didn't take long, Michael. What was that? 1.3 seconds? Milliseconds? Or what?
Yes. Good to see you being bag at the air show, because I'm not going to make it this year, I don't think, at this rate.
Yeah,
So.
he sent me this like at half an hour beforehand going, if you're feeling ambitious, here you go. No, challenge accepted.
Yeah. Oh, I hope you have fun there, mate. So it's always a good experience. If you're in the neighbourhood, head over to the air show either tonight or this weekend. It's pretty amazing over there. And say good day to the guys who do the pyrotechnics over there. So they're a good team. So great fun. All right, what else have we got?
All right, there's been quite a few questions still about.
Oh, we want to launch into these, do we? So these are. This is. I literally grabbed these things as I was running down to do the live stream because they're questions that we keep getting asked in different forms. So I thought I've done it randomly. But I thought I'd just grab some things on the way down here and actually give real examples of what happens in our buybacks section. And I've got several different types here. So this is the bag that you'll see on our website. So these are pre-decimals. These ones are... So these are 50% pre-decimal coins. So we sell them in bags of 200 grams or 100 grams of silver. And they go for, I think we actually charge spot for them. If we don't, it's incredibly close to spot. So it's a great way to buy cheap silver at spot. You don't get silver at spot very often at all. And if I'm slightly wrong on that, it's not by much, but they're very close to spot. And they sell on the website all the time, but people often wonder what's in them. And this bag that I just grabbed, there's florins in there. I think there's threepences. Yeah, there's some threepensons in there. Sixpence. So it's a great way of grabbing a bit of grabbing silver, but also grabbing a bit of Australian history in there.
Silver mixed lolly bag, in a sense. Yeah, you get a little bit of everything that amounts to 200 grams in total weight, and at 50%, so it's about 100 grams. And it's all usually it'll be a little bit more than 100 grams overall.
Oh yeah, we always
go
slightly over, but it's just a fascinating way to add a bit of flavour to your stack, and at a really cheap rate. And let's face it, it's at spot, so you can never go wrong buying silver
or close to spot, because I'm not sure about the prices. And we do have them in 50% as well as the 92, the sterling,
the 92 and a halves. Yeah. So they're available on there. People often say, what is it, sort of thing. That's what it is. It's literally a bag, about 200 grams mixed of precious metals. Yeah, no, precious metals, silver in there. So pretty fun.
Actual money.
Actual real money. Yeah. Then at the other end of the spectrum, you see on there the $200 gold coins. Now, these ones I find absolutely fascinating. Now, the slight hiccup actually with both of these is that they both incur GST, but we swallow the GST. You don't have to worry about that as a customer. We sort out the GST end, but these $200 coins, I'm sure, again, they're fairly close to spot from memory, including GST. But people say, well, what am I getting? So you can be getting anything from, oh, wow, this one's a frilled neck lizard.
That's my favourite.
Yeah, I think they're actually, I think they're worth quite a bit of money, the old frilled.
On the collector market, there's different prices because different mintages of different designs and so
not
forth.
Different prices on our website.
No, that's all the same. It's just random. Yeah. But because I do pick a lot of these for the pick. If you do order a few, we always try and give you a variety. Yeah. It's not guaranteed. Koalas are the most popular because they've made the most out of those, and we see those come back the most. But if you get a few, we always try and do our best to give you a variety. Yeah,
and that's kind of what I was trying to lead through with this. But the variety is in the coins themselves, and I can't really show you very well on here, but this one's a frilled neck lizard. I don't know, Deej, if you want to try and hold these closer up to the camera. This one's a koala, but this one's also the 200 years of Australia, which is, the colonial one. So they can come loose in capsules like this. That's the frilled neck lizard. That's probably the one everyone's going to want to see. Yeah. But they can also come... You get it on there, it'll focus. Probably throw the rest of us off, but it will autofocus in a second. So you get things like that. And they're a beautiful coin. Again, a bit of Australian history. They don't make those types of things anymore. Yeah, Senior Ding Dong, they've got the Charles and Di. They did that one a number of years ago. Yeah. But they also come... you've got to treat it as a lucky dip. You may end up with one in a capsule, but some of them come in display boxes like that with their C of A. And this one's a koala. Yeah. Sometimes they come in these types of display boxes with a C of A. This one's a platypus. I don't know if you want to show that one a bit closer. Comes with the C of A as well.
Oh, you got some of my favourites here.
I just grabbed a random bunch off the shelf. Are you gonna take it a bit closer? Yeah, that's all right. See if it'll focus.
Oh,
So you got that
that's a
on
beauty.
the platypus. And then you've got ones like this. If it'll refocus, there it goes. Where they come in a sleeve and they fold out. This one's Pride of Australia. Oh, this one's a platypus as well. So it comes like that. So it just depends. Some of them are proofs. So that one in the green one we just saw in the green felt thing, that'll be a proof. I'll almost guarantee without looking at it. Hang on.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it is. It's a proof, according to the survey. Whereas this one's the platypus and it's uncirculated. Comes in the folder. So
they also come in little blue flip cases.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
with the Commonwealth seal on it. And usually they're blue. Sometimes they're, I think, green. The green one, I think, is with the Olympics. Was it Olympics or athletics with the guy jumping?
Yeah. So Olympics or Commonwealth Games?
No, I think Commonwealth Games. Commonwealth Games. Yeah.
So that's what lots of people say. The $200 coin, what is it? Because you don't see them in circulation as a rule. So that's the sort of thing you're going to get with the $200 coin. Then the other one that always causes consternation and concern is the Buyback silver ounce. Now, I intentionally brought in I literally grabbed the box out of the shop and I tipped some of it into here and I haven't sorted through it. But this is, if you buy the Buyback 1 ounce silver coin, this is the sort of thing you're going to get. So we've got Noah's Ark in there, a Robin Hood from the Royal Mint, the Ram.
Southern Cross?
No, what's it called?
I keep calling that because there's
it's
the Crux Australis.
Yeah, good, I know. It's the
Beneath the Southern Skies.
The Southern Skies, thank you. What do we got there? Britannia, Buffalo. There's a couple of Perth Mint kangaroo bars. Medjugorje.
That's the Queen of Peace. So Mother Mary. Yeah.
Star Wars coin. All sorts of things, and you can see some of them are in capsules. That's Krugerrand in remarkable nick, actually. 2021 Krugerrand. We're all the way through to a kangaroo.
Yeah, or rounds as well. And look, you can put your own effigy on here.
That's right.
You can be your own king or queen.
Oi, Minted Dragon coin from 2021. So you get it's a Christmas Shrek coin there. Yeah. Very cool. So,
hold on a second. Did you say dragon?
Yeah. So that's the sort of thing you're going to get in the what do we call it? Buyback silver coin,
lucky
1
dip.
ounce. It is literally a lucky dip. You could get anything from something outside of a capsule. This one's probably a better example. It is the dragon, but you can see it's. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on it, but it's even got a bit of red texture on it. So bonus edition. It can be kind of knocked around through to, like I said, this Krugerrand is in remarkable condition in a capsule. And anything in between, Star Wars coins, the whole box and dice. Then you have other things, and you'll see them on our web sometimes where we go through and we pull a few of them out if they're in like slightly better than... It's not that we go sorting through them, we don't.
We don't have time.
we literally don't have time.
Yeah.
But when somebody might sell back a bag of Perth Mint Lunas or something along those sort of lines, and we go, that's an easy one for us. We can pull that out. Just make sure they look good. There's no damage to the capsule or to the coin or anything along those sort of lines. And then we list them. These ones I bought. These ones I pulled straight out of the random Perth Mint. 1 ounce silver coins.
So not to be confused with the random Perth Mint Luna. Yeah,
that's right.
Because there's a lot of Luna collectors are specifically after like Luna coins.
Yeah, so the reason I grabbed this stack was to prove a point. We do have the Lunas, okay? So there is one on there. If you go onto the website, you'll actually see that there's a random Perth Mint Luna one. This is just the random Perth Mint. So you've got things on here. What have we got? So we've got a nugget, so the Australian Nugget series. There's a kookaburra there. That's the kookaburra on a bird bath,
your favourite.
ironically. But you can also see, even in this one, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but that's actually a Lunar Horse Series 2. So even in that, there's random ones. That's a wombat, another nugget from a different year. Kookaburra, that's a koala. Hey, there's a quokka in here. So you got a quokka, another koala. Hey! One that you won't see.
Yeah.
That is a bird of paradise. Not one that was released. Hang on, I'm going upside down. There we go.
Yeah.
One that was not really released in Australia. It was a special edition for one of the overseas places. So you get, in the lucky dip, the straight, buyback silver coin, you're going to get a mix of everything. You're going to pay, I think it's $1 more.
I think $2, so $5 over spot, and I think it might be $6 over spot. At the most, it's $7 over spot. But they are Perth Mint. They're original, so they come in the Perth Mint, and they're original capsules from the Perth Mint. So any that we get that are like people have replaced caps in buybacks, you will not find them in here. Yeah. That will be as part of the general buybacks. But you also find sometimes these in general buybacks. You'll find Lunas in general. Look, so it's just it's a mix. This is more for people who say that collect more of the like the premium coins. Or again, we did the Lunar one because then people say, there's a lot of Lunar series collectors that would like to get more Lunar coins. So then we put a few of those aside and then randomly put them in the SKUs as well.
So if you can imagine, a lot of our buybacks, the one I described before, which was a big bag of buyback silver coins, they are a mix of absolutely everything. We don't tend to, it's very rare unless one coin in there like really jumps out and bites us. It's very rare we actually go through them. We tend to upend those into the buybacks, and that's where you get anything from the mouldy old kangaroo all the way through to, like I said, this high-end bird of paradise will just fall in there. Other times we will get a buyback bag of, Perth Mints, and we'll go, look, this, like I said before, this is an easy one. We'll hive those off to the side. We'll make sure that they're okay, which is why we charge that $1 or possibly $2 more. We'll charge that a little bit more because we spend the staff time to actually go through and make sure that they're legit and that they're all good. And then we'll release them. So that's kind of designed around the people that they don't want just a random lucky dip. They want something Perth Mintish. Yeah. You won't get, things like kangaroos in this random Perth Mint. They will be the encapsulated from Perth. They will be the encapsulated coins, not any of the raw naked coins.
And in the original Perth Mint capsule. So you won't get anything that comes in Perth Mint tubes like kangaroos, kangaroo coins, kangaroo bars.
Even the dragon bars we don't tend to put in there.
Very rarely. And if they are, they're in really good condition. But that's only if that's very rarely. And the super pits won't be in there because they come in tubes, so we wouldn't cap them ourselves.
Yeah, that's right.
So basically, they'll also be, there's very, very little chance of them being toned or milk spotted or anything like that.
Or scratched
because they're in original pieces.
And then you go to the next level, which is, and again, you pay $1 more or whatever it is. Look on the website, it'll tell you pretty quick, where we've got the Lunas, because some people just want to buy back. They don't mind going the random, but they just want to know that it's going to be what is it? A Lunar. That's what I was looking for. It is going to be that Lunar. Yeah. So that's just to tidy up. We get lots of questions on this, both over the phone, on email, in the store. We don't tend to encourage people to come in and say, can I buy a buyback 2014 horse? Yeah. Because we just, by the time we spend the staff hours to sort through and find them properly, we just, it makes it uneconomical for everyone unless we charge a ridiculous amount. So, we don't encourage that. But certainly if you come into the store particularly and say to the guys, what have you got in buybacks? Quite often they will dump the box in front of you and say, have at it. I'll come back in 5 minutes when you've worked out what you want. And that way you can go through and go, I like this one. No, I don't want that one. Yeah, well, this one's great. I'll have this one. Sort of thing. Unfortunately, online you don't get that option. You just get the lucky dip. But we try and mix it up as much as we can.
So it is a lucky dip. Nothing's guaranteed unless you're buying like a random Perth Mint Lunar. It'll be a Lunar. If it's Perth Mint random, it'll be Perth. But if you do have something, you can always put in a request. But just understand that it's only if we know if we're already picking.
And we've got time.
And we've got time. But it's not something that we can go looking. But as an example, people buying 1/10 golds, and for a time we got quite a few sellbacks in the 1/10 gold rabbits.
That's
you know,
right.
so someone said, "Oh, look, I've already got I bought 7. I had 7. If possible, can I have And we still had a few rabbits, but we had a couple of non-rabbits, so it was easy to pick. So if it's easy and if it's possible, we'll do it. But just understand that it's not a guarantee. So once you place that order, it is for a random thing.
Yeah. You got to remember
anything buyback.
I don't want to bang on about this too much, but you got to remember we are a business at the end of the day. We've got to. We've got to turn a profit, or we can't keep opening the doors, because apparently Alex wants paying occasionally, and DJ's much the same.
My pay goes back to BN, so I don't know what you're complaining about.
So it's kind of we've got to turn a profit at the end of the day, like anyone else. So there's only so much time we can allocate to hunting things up and those sort of things, because when we turn around and say, "Excellent, we found you what was this one?" The 2024 horse, we're going to charge you $60, $70, $80 for it, because I start factoring in Alex's time to rat through them all, make sure they're all okay, test it. Yep.
That one's sold to Jet.
But that type of thing, people are going to go, "Hang on a sec, I'm buying a buyback and you want to charge me $85 for it." Yeah, but it's cost us half an hour in staff time to actually sort out what you needed. So, if you work with us, we work with you. If that makes sense. All right. What else have we got there, Deej?
Just a cheeky one. What price would you expect to get from a gold deal for an ounce of gold? Well, if you go to us, you get the spot price.
From us, you get spot. A lot of other dealers, you don't. But
pure.
Yeah.
We're talking pure. If you're talking 99.9% pure gold, then yes, it is spot. And then it's up to... in size for 100 grams of gold. Anything higher than that is by negotiation.
And in bulk, the total weight of your stack that you're selling back is 50 ounces. You go over 50 ounces, it's kind of by negotiation. So it just depends. If you walked in the door at the moment with 100 ounces of 1 ounce, gold bars in good nick, we would pay you spot for all 100 ounces of it, because we're churning them out faster than we can get them in. If you walked in with 10 kilos, like 10 by 1 kilo bars, or a 400 ounce gold bar, that's where I'm going to go, I don't think so, sunshine.
Also, I would like to add, that's for private or individual customers. Yeah. That's not for businesses, bullion dealers or, pawn shops and stuff that I know some pawn shops buy for a pittance and then they sort of dump it on us at higher amounts. That's for regular customers.
All right, what else have we got?
Honestly, I feel like changing the stream name to Golden Back, because I got another Goldback type of question going on here.
Yep.
Platinum back type bills, extremely unlikely. What is your opinion on platinum back?
My answer is going to be, I don't think they'll do platinum backs, purely because of the difficulty of working with platinum. It's a mongrel of a metal to work with.
And expensive.
So
if you think goldbacks are expensive...
Yeah, I think the price on them would just be horrendous.
I'd still buy one though, but
wait for the rhodium back to come in.
Palladium back. Yeah.
So I don't believe we're going to see that.
Apparently, a quick shout out to Michael's Barber from issue 899.
Organised
is that from Michael's Barber?
Organised by Jim. Actually, really nice guy. Not Jim. Well, no, Jim's a nice guy too. But I was talking about the barber. Jim's sitting in the back of the room, looking cross-eyed at me now. But the barber, really nice guy. Just set up, young guy, set up in the not the corridor. What do you call it? The in Centreway, just down the road from us. Only been there a few months. So, going
Did you
along
pay
great
him in
guns.
fiat or?
Yeah, no, he wanted fiat. He even wanted electronic fiat.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
You'll get there. Another few haircuts and we'll got him convinced.
This one's come up a couple of times. Germania UV. Sorry to be a nag, but I have missed them. Braden Giblet.
No, you haven't missed them. They will be going up. Either over the weekend or next week. But by next week, they will be up in very limited numbers. -1.
Adam, who has departed for the air show, was meant to have them listed this morning.
Yes, things happen. In Ads' defense, he was like, it's been crazy. He was meant to leave.
He wasn't meant to be here today.
One, he wasn't meant to be here. Then he was meant to leave at 9 and he got out at 1. So, yeah, it's been
You've got
crazy.
to wonder about his dedication. I mean, he didn't get here till 5 o'clock this morning.
I tried, Adzi. I tried.
Far out, part timers.
Oh no! I'm batting for Adzi here because he's put one of those UV ones away for me. So well done. No, but they will be up. They will be up, I believe, after the weekend. So he did say by next week they will be up, going up.
Yeah, how many weeks he's been telling me that for?
No, it has to go up because mine's a present for next weekend, so it's got to go up. I'll make sure it goes up by next week. Yeah.
Harry Smith, there's every chance that we'll be getting the Somali elephant in. Won't be for a little while though, I don't believe.
Yeah, because we had the 2025. I think that was our first 2025 coin.
Yeah, we have had it in. Yeah.
That hit in 2024, but it was the first 2025 release.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully 2026.
This could be an interesting topic. Why is the current gold price so high with obvious American leader compared to COVID, where there wasn't such a spike, where the world was going to the wolves?
It's an interesting question without an easy answer. I think COVID was such a different world where we didn't know what was going on. A lot of the traders had to pull back for legal reasons. They were sent home and all sorts of things. I think if COVID... I don't want to downplay... Hey, I'm Victorian. I understand the seriousness of lockdowns and all that sort of stuff because we lived through the world's worst lockdowns. Mm-hmm. So I'm not downplaying COVID for a millisecond here. But COVID wasn't... It wasn't a war. It wasn't... People around the world, and possibly take Victoria out of this equation, and I'm trying to put this into words, but people weren't... There wasn't the concern there was like if there'd been a major war or invasion occurring. This was us having to stay home. Yeah, sure, at the start we didn't know which way was up, but fairly quickly we got a grip on what this was going to be and what the world was going to look like moving forward. Absolutely. I don't want to enter into the political stream here of, vaccinations and all that type of stuff and lockdowns, but as a thing, we got it under control fairly quickly. A lot of people were actually trying to unload their gold, not because they thought it was a bad investment at that point from the conversations I was having. It was more along the lines of, I need to pay bills and, I don't have money coming in because, some people were very lucky. They got paid to stay home, but a lot of people did not. They were self-employed or their jobs didn't provide that, or they were casual employees, or all these sorts of things that added up that they were either weren't paid at all or they were only paid a fraction of what they normally would have been paid, and they couldn't go out to source other income. So lots of our customers were coming back in to liquidate their stack so they could still keep paying their bills and those types of things. So there wasn't that demand there. When you get a situation, and again, I'm not playing politics here, I'm just giving examples. When you're in a situation where the uncertainty is more, do I have to do a runner? Do I need to protect my purchasing power? Is someone lobbing bombs over the fence type of scenarios? That is where you really start to see gold come into its own, because I want that physical asset, because I'm not sure if my currency is going to survive. I'm not sure if I don't have to run to another country, in a hurry. Those types of scenarios, your more political background, political refugee background than mine, which is more I'm more worried about the bushfire go bag.
Bush survival. Yeah.
Than the political side of it. So it's those types of threats, I suppose, that will drive the price either upwards or downwards in these sorts of cases. So that, I would say, is why we're seeing a much greater drive in the price of gold at the moment than we did over the likes of COVID.
But I remember, so this is before I discovered BN. This was around April in 2020 when, things were still up in the air, uncertainty and everything. And I went to spend a bit of money because the only place I knew to buy bullion was Perth Mint. And I remember getting a bit in gold and silver, and every time I go check out, I couldn't check out because something was sold. Then I go back, that ounce of gold is sold. All right, I'll get this one. All right, I'll go straight away, check out. I can't check out because that silver kilos have sold now, and it was happening for about 15 or so minutes. And then at the point I was just like clicking things and just going
I'll
and
just
check
take
out
anything.
until I checked out. Yeah, and it was absolutely like I'll never forget that.
Yeah. Look, and that was also that wasn't so much a shortage of gold or silver. That was a shortage of manufacturing capability for bars or coins or whatever you were looking at. It was a horrible time to be a bullion dealer and to be a Victorian. We could keep going about it, but yeah. Jason Sicklards is chasing a high relief coin case. Send an email to sales@littlecoinshop.com.au and one of the guys over there, probably Katie, if you could look into that and see if we can source the high relief capsule for him. That would be great. We should be able to do it, mate, but flick an email over to sales@littlecoinshop.com.au and they will see if they can chase one up for you. They've certainly got the contacts too if Perth Mint has them still in stock.
Just a quick question then. Can you confirm what sizes of completer Beast bars are approximately when they will arrive?
The sizes, we're getting every size bar I think it's the 5 gram, it might be a 10, but...
Nice pun. Bar the...
I didn't even notice I said that. There you go. Every size except whichever it was, the 5 gram or the 10 gram that Royal Mint kept all for themselves. We're getting the rest of the sizes in. My understanding is we have the tracking information on the first load that's coming across to Australia. We haven't received the second lot, so I'd expect to see them within the fortnight.
Look pretty cool.
Yeah.
From what I've seen online, yeah.
We actually got in the buybacks today, I noticed. We got a 2-ounce completer from the Queen's Beast set.
That's
one of my favourite coins.
Favourite of the whole series. And I think the other one I liked was the Griffin.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I only saw that once, again in a buyback, yeah.
Yeah, but I love the completer series where you get a sample of everything.
Yeah.
The sample pack. Yeah.
Did we ever get back to Perth Mint about our idea about the Lunar completer?
No, I really need to take that across to Neil.
Done.
I was about to say, funny enough, the completer coin was... the completer coin was my first kilo coin I ever bought. Way back when.
Wow. You got a kilo completer.
I did.
Way back when.
Wow, nice, dude.
The
Respect.
advantages of working in a bullion store because they sold out really quick.
Wow. Yes, I remember because back then I was doing more of the picks stuff and I saw one and I went up to you and went, hey Michael, do we have like a spare one somewhere? And you were kind enough to go, yep, here you go.
There you go.
I paid it off.
I'll buy it back off you.
All right, so an update from Adzi, who is not working but apparently still working. So completer bars are due to ship early April and second shipment late April.
Oh, there you go. I was completely wrong. We don't have the shipping.
There you go. And he corrected you in the chat. It was 3:30 a.m. start, not 4.
Mate, I know what time you arrived. I saw the alarm system go off. Doesn't count if you're still in bed.
Yeah.
You got one from Peter Vick. Hi Alex, what price are you paying for sovereigns, approx?
Yeah, that's one I was
I'm glad he pitched that. I've been dodging that question because he's asked it a couple of times.
I was just about to ask Michael.
Well, this one is
I
directed to you.
hate this calculation.
How much are you paying for it? Not the N. It's how much are you paying,
Yeah,
Alex?
that's right.
Let's just say I'm very grateful to Michael. I'll leave it at that.
You sook.
No, I am. That's legit. That reminds me.
I think he's asking, what are we paying for
Oh, well,
sobs?
if that's what he's asking, you better answer then.
No, who's asking you? It says,
No, he's asking what.
Says, hi, Alex. See?
Yeah, what are you paying? Whatever quote I get from Michael, I'm paying. But, Michael, if we were to buy a gold sovereign, look, with the impure ones, generally we buy at 95% of spot.
Yeah, I'm just checking because I couldn't remember what the percentage was.
I know because I bought a few. There were some half sobs in that bought back. if we are out and we can do a better price, we will do a better price on the gold sovereigns, both half and full. If it is another coin, like a European coin, say the 20 francs or 10 francs, or
Dodgy ones.
Yeah, the ones I love. The ones I love. Thank you very much.
They're actually beautiful coins, but we like winding him up.
Yeah, they're generally bought back at 95% of spot, because they're impure and they do have the GST. I mean, you still get paid like 95% inclusive of GST.
I'm rapidly trying to find out what spot price is. So right at this moment, right at this very second, we would pay... As soon as my computer catches up, 4884.71.
So I'm just sitting over here in the corner going, yes, chaos. I have succeeded in my job.
$1,092.37.
Wow, that's gone up.
I remember when we were buying them at $400.
I know. Okay. No, I'll save it.
Yeah.
I'll show you something about 2 half sovs that I bought previously. That was my first sovs purchase.
The half sovs?
That 2 half sovs, yeah. And I
Bargain
can't believe
if you
the
can
price
get 'em.
it's gone up, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Absolute
basically anything impure in circulated like gold is 95% of spot. But at times we can do better on the sovereigns, and also the Krugerrands, the gold Krugerrands as well.
Yeah. All good fun. All right. Yeah, Peter, I was avoiding the question because I didn't want to look like a muppet on camera, but you know, hey, what's new? I look like a muppet most weeks on camera. So
yeah.
We worked out the answer eventually, though. How sought after are the 1 ounce gold completed coins? Very sought after, Mr. Wilson. Very, very sought after.
I must admit, there's a couple of questions about Packy, but the one I really enjoyed was the one from Drogue. Sorry if I'm not saying that right, but he suggested having like an Aldi's bin full of like buybacks and whatnot, and people can just do a lucky
in the
dip
centre
into that.
aisle. Yes,
Yeah.
I was looking for that comment. Yeah, so thanks for that was a bit earlier. Yeah, I reckon that's great. That's a great idea.
Shoplifter's dream.
Not in Pakenham.
Yeah, wouldn't happen in Pakenham.
No, not in Pakenham.
No, that's right. Wouldn't happen at all.
Yeah.
Just sort of
Moving
curiosity.
right along.
On the Packy train and whatnot, I did see one earlier. I'm unable to find it, but it was about buybacks and whatnot. Like, if Packy gets a buyback, will it be available in Melbourne if they want to transfer it over, or how's... What is your general idea of that type of idea?
Yeah, look,
I'm going to jump in.
I'll go for it.
I think it'll be, depending on, we'll have to keep regular amounts anyway, so it'll pretty much go between stores, but that's amounts. So, you know, we're not going to have like 2,000 buybacks in Melbourne and like 20 buybacks in Pakenham. So some will I know that that's the aim. So both places will have adequate amounts, but in terms of what? I mean, essentially it'll be like, so if you go to both, it'll be a lucky dip.
Yeah.
In any case, it's a lucky dip, but if you go to both on the day, you'll probably find different things.
Entirely different things. Yeah. Look, in all honesty, what will happen is if they're bought in one place, they will be sold in that place or favoured in that place. Alex is right. If we end up with 2,001 ounces in Melbourne and 25 of them in Pakenham, absolutely, the next freight down to Pakenham is going to be 500, 600, 700 buyback ounces down to Pakenham, and vice versa. Look, if there's something on the website that is in Pakenham and you buy it and you want it picked up, you want to pick it up in Melbourne, like 24 to 48 hours, we will have it in Melbourne because there is regular contact. Even right now, there is regular contact between the two places. So, absolutely. You'll be able to, if it's in one, we'll be able to organise it into the other. But yeah, the most easiest and convenient will absolutely be if it's bought in Pakenham, it's sold in Pakenham. If it's bought in Melbourne, it's sold in Melbourne. If it's bought in Sydney or Brisbane or Perth or Adelaide or Hobart or Launceston, wherever we go to after that.
I'm glad you mentioned both in Tassie.
That's right. Then, it would be sold there in all normality.
That's right. As for a Texas store that people give us, maybe not. It won't reach all the way there, but we'll see.
Oh, no, we'll have regular commutes between Texas and Melbourne.
Yeah. There was that just threw me off. One thing I was going to mention about buybacks, and I see this in store a few times, and I just dealt with one last Saturday when I was on. Sometimes, and we do get a lot of people selling back monster boxes full. So a lot of times we'll have, like a lot of tubes, like just or whatever it is one type of a tube. And sometimes people just prefer the cheapest buybacks. And they want the fractional aspect of it, so not buying bars. They want coins or bars and in tubes. So if you do, say, buy 50 or something and you prefer it in a tube, you can say, if you have, preferred in, like preferred sealed tubes. Or tube or whatever, and we'll do our best with that as well, because I know a lot of people some people didn't know that, but we do get a lot in tubes. So if you're one of those stackers that prefer to build like monster boxes, you can request like a tube full if you're buying larger amounts.
Yeah, look, we're always happy to take suggestions, so long as you're not going to be offended if we go, sorry, not possible. Yeah. So if you want to throw in a suggestion, look, I'd love a tube, I'd love this, that sort of stuff.
Obviously, it's easier in the shop when people, I just want to start, like for storage reasons. So they're like, but they like the fractionality. So that's something as well. We do have a lot of buybacks at times in full tubes.
Yeah. Heaps sometimes.
They'll be the same type though, per tube.
Yeah, we're not taking.
Yeah, we're not doing
selection.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
5 gram Perth mints on the horizon. Literally, they are on the horizon. So they should be turning up in a delivery. Ads assured me they were turning up today, I think.
The 5 grammers, I think they're...
Oh, they're back already, are they?
Yeah, I'll just check with I'll just get my modem to reload.
So if they're not there now, they will be there very, very soon, so don't stress too much. And a show is being mentioned, which is the 5th and 6th of April in Brisbane, Vegas. Are you going?
Yes. I don't know. Are you sending me there? I don't think so. No.
I was going to say I should be sending myself, but I really just want to go home.
If you go, I'll give you a small list. We
don't know. Look, officially, we're not going. I know Matt will absolutely be there because Matt's the organizer of it.
Yeah.
So go along and say good day to Matt. Look, if one of us is in the neighbourhood, we'll absolutely be stopping by. I would love to go. I'm just not sure of the wider commitments of both the business and the family. So, yeah.
Are they the same size roughly? The different states ones,
I've caught up with what you meant. I'm thinking, what are you talking about?
The footprint
the same
basically.
Size up there as down here, mate.
Yeah, and so like Perth and all that. There's not ones like a lot larger, sort of like...
Look, Melbourne and Sydney, from my experience, Matt would be a better one to ask on this one. Melbourne and Sydney are probably the bigger ones, but Perth and Brisbane aren't far behind by any stretch. Yep. And I really want to see them. Matt was saying that they're talking about going down to Tasmania this year.
Oh, wow.
For Ando. And I'd love to see that. And in fact, I would love to be a part of it if we can.
If you need a security escort... Are you going to fly us down, or are you going to?
We'll use the
fire
BN,
up the engines.
We'll use the BN jet, and we'll zip down there.
The Concorde. All right. Well, Michael, it's nearly 4:00. I reckon some rapid fire.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're going to do the rapid fire questions. We'll see how this works out. So for those that haven't experienced our rapid fires before, and I know Smart Fitzy, I think this is the first time you've been here, so. Welcome, but the rapid fire is we do about 5 to 10 minutes. We answer questions as quickly as possible that people throw them up there. We kind of go, like I said, for that 5 to 10 minutes, or when we run out of questions, we get to the bottom. If you've got a question that you've asked previously that we haven't answered, because as you can see, there's a lot of comments go through, absolutely feel free to repeat the question and we'll try and jump on it really quick and give you a short answer. Or if you've got something burning new that you'd like to chuck up there, start getting them up there and we'll start ticking through.
And one thing, in rapid fire, there are no aviation questions for Michael because we'll go way over time.
No. Tell me it isn't so.
And go.
When is the next shipment of Germania copper bars arriving?
Oh, I'm glad you read that one now. Michael loves his copper questions.
Still going, and we keep going. And...
Look, I'm not sure. I will be talking to Adzi about that because I'm trying
Michael
to get...
won't talk about
because it's a GST thing as well, and I'm trying to get some fractional palladium in that shipment as well to come through. So hopefully sooner rather than later.
Silverback type bill, likely or not? Yeah, probably. I'm going to go with on that.
I'm going to push for that.
What other coins are in those capsules? They're randoms. I don't know. All sorts of things.
Yeah.
Please label the tubes.
Sorry. Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, that one's a difficult one because some people like them labelled and some people don't like you contaminating their pristine tube.
Okay. Semi-rapid questions. So I'm one of those people and I mark it at the bottom. So it'll look still pristine on top, but when you look at the bottom, it'll have what it is. So if you're getting a dragon and a kangaroo rectangular seal, they'll be marked at the bottom so you'll know what it is.
Yeah, we need to get some sticky things, like some stickers to put on there. Smash the thummy thing. Yay! Why would FedEx be charging me a fee into no?
I think that was in relationship to... You asked a question about charging a fee into New Zealand. For his silver.
into New Zealand.
That's New Orleans, I believe.
Oh, I see.
No, I don't know.
I'd say it's
believe
meant to
it's
be
a
New Zealand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
NZ.
FedEx will charge GST
New
into
Zealand.
whatever country they're coming in, and then it's up to you. Actually, you're not talking GST, you're talking a fee. There is processing. A lot of the companies now charge processing fees to put things through when you're importing them. You should see the processing fees we pay.
Yeah.
Are there any plans on a Brisbane or Gold Coast store? Stay tuned. Haircut, did you lose a bet? Yeah, thanks. Thanks a bunch.
Yeah, and they lost the fight to a lawnmower. But there's one here from Fraz91. Kids Club coin collection start date. Any idea? Thank you.
No, I have to go and visit some. The conversations are progressing. I'll put it that way.
Okay. Also for Aaron watching, can you please send me another email just of exactly which aliens you sent previously, and I'll sort that out for you. That's your gold ones that was on reserve for with your number have been put away, but just give me a full total with the silver.
The coloured 1 ounce silver swan will be available at Little Coin Shop, and then it just scrolled off the top of the screen. I can't keep up. I'm going to have to go on my screen.
We can do this. I believe your next one was...
Oh, nice. Thanks.
When is Pakenham store opening? 2 to 3 weeks.
Sorry. Watch out, Ruben.
Pakenham
That's
opening
pretty cool.
next week. Soon. Packy opening date.
Yeah.
Soon. 300 watching people. Any specials at Spot? We did that one last week and I caused chaos in the back end because we just went, oh yeah, great, let's do it now. How many ounces of gold does it take to fuel the BN Learjet? A number of ounces of gold. And I probably wouldn't... I like the Learjet, but they're getting a bit long in the tooth, so we'd probably go for something else. Perth Mint Opal coin, depends on which one we're talking about. They've already released one of them, and the next one is out in 2 to 3 months, I think it is. You're going to have to go back, mate. Yep. If we want to use the metals for actually buying stuff, can we use bars, rounds, or must we only use coins? No, you can use whatever. Susan, whatever the other person will accept. So I paid for some Sparky work a while ago, and I paid in gold bars. The other way around. We paid in gold coins. Our butcher, until he took off to WA, the mongrel, used to take payment in silver bars.
Wow, nice.
So that was always really good.
Thank you for the reminder. I need to pay my tab in gold to my cafes.
Man, how much coffee do you drink if you're paying in gold? Mate?
It's not weekly, trust me. It's like, yeah.
Has Michael flown his plane to Tasmania? I haven't flown my plane to Tassie, but I've certainly flown planes down to Tassie and back again. One of my first scariest experiences was flying a plane back from Tasmania in a condition that should never have been flown in.
Wow.
It's one of those stupid things that you look back and think, why on earth did I do that? And I know why at the time, because the guy threatened my job, but should never have been done. Boeing or Airbus?
People, what did I say before this? Okay,
I was about to
next.
say, hang on a second.
Boeing or Airbus?
What are you
Look,
talking about this now?
I actually like both, but I'm an Airbus boy at the end of the day. Will BM be bringing in the Scottsdale Vortex 1 ounce and 2 ounce stacker rounds? Probably yes. We need a Sydney store. We do. We absolutely do. No spot specials today. Invested my first homeowner's grant into gold 3 years ago. Not sure you were supposed to do that, Aaron, but that's okay. I won't tell him if you won't.
Respect, Aaron.
Picked up a 5 ounce Trump 45 round in copper by GSM. Are being able to get hold of these? Yes, we are. He learned from his bowl hairdo. Yeah, thanks for that very much. Why no Tudor Beast unboxing? Because our cameraman decided to go on holiday. Is Michael feeling crazy about Spot? Yes, he is. Hobart or Launceston for the Tassie store? Well,
Both.
yeah, I actually lean towards both in all seriousness.
No, I'd say seriously both because I want to move down there to run a store, but so do you. So,
But you talk to anyone from Launceston, they go, why would I go to Hobart? Everything's here. So,
and vice versa.
Yeah, so yeah, we'd have to do both on that one, I think. I don't know when the Bullion... When's the next Stackers meeting?
It hasn't been decided yet, but we'll let you know here.
Oh, the Zombucks elephant round.
Oh, the rounds. Because they've...
I put the kibosh on that one because Ads wanted to get it, and I went, I don't think so.
They've also got Zombucks silverbacks. Like the Goldbacks, but silverbacks in
I didn't know
Zombucks.
that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not... Yeah.
Any chance of a gold giveaway for the Packy opening? I love that people think I'm that organised.
If you asked 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
Ask now for the Texas store.
Are you getting any Hobart Mint stuff in? We are. Good old Hobart Mint. They're almost there, ready to release to us, but they've been trying to get some things up and running. They're actually looking for workers down there if you're in the Hobart region or you want to work down at Hobart. Contact them, and for the life of me, I can't remember their email. I think it's workwithus@Hobart Mint.
That rings a bell.
It was something along those sort of lines. But contact the Hobart Mint if you're wanting to work in a mint. They are looking for staff.
Double check that because you might actually get a job, but it's not. It's
with
through another
Hobart
company.
Mint.
Yeah.
Yeah. BN stickers should be available
Yes,
on
they are.
the website.
They're available. I'll have to check to see they're on there. But
Can we have unallocated and allocated balances on the webpage? We are trying to do that. We don't have it currently. And it's not coming for a while.
But we are looking for a new system that's coming to take care of that.
What are some of the large hurdles for commissioning a special cabbage silver coin for BN? Ask me when I've got time. Like I could run a whole live stream on that one alone. Current Sydney stores are terrible. Okay, Sydney. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid those questions, guys. How much do we tell them it's worth? What they can buy it for or what they can sell back for? I don't know what that's in relation to, Susan. I know it's relating to a previous question. I can't remember what it is. How's that Gold Coast store coming along? Fantastically.
Sorry, Susan's talking about paying with tradies or things like that. You know how we're talking about your butcher and Sparky, so that would be relating to that. But you'd go off spot, but then it's silver. So it's actual physical bullion. So
usually a little bit above spot,
Yeah.
and it's up to you two to negotiate where that kind of lands.
Yeah.
Do you think the 31st March silver squeeze will move the prices up much? I don't think so. Having said that, I've been wrong many times in the past, so
Damn.
I wouldn't place much weight on
Michael
that.
said he doesn't think so. Now I'm going to have to take out some extra cash to buy silver.
It's an amazingly good investment strategy to just do the opposite to what I suggest.
Look, with gold, it's been working wonders for me.
I was about to say, isn't that the joke running around the office with you and platinum, Alex?
Yeah, that's
All right,
right.
yeah, and it's diverse. Yeah, when I buy platinum, if it's an ounce of platinum, not fractional, but if it's an ounce that I buy, literally the next day it's been dropping.
Yeah,
and
so
you get a bargain. So
sell to Alex is the upshot of this
Yeah.
one, because you'll buy it back cheaper the following day.
yeah.
I have to check that. The 1/10 silver XAGs are getting low on the site. I know we've got heaps of them, so we can top that one up, mate. Has Con left BN? I wondered if he was going to this afternoon because we stressed him out quite a bit. But no, he's hanging in there.
Yeah.
He does an amazing job.
Yeah. And he's also in some Saturdays as well.
Yeah, look,
In the shop, yeah.
Con has one of the most difficult jobs here. You know, I get to sail around and just giggle a bit,
Yeah.
whereas Con actually has to, Con's our compliance officer. He looks
Yeah.
after a lot of compliance. So not only does he have to deal with all the government regulation, he has to deal with all the upset staff members when he says, come on, guys, it's simple, you just do. So he has one of the most difficult jobs here, and he does an amazing job doing it. So if I bring to the store a 1 ounce gold bar and swap it for a coin, how much premium would I have to pay? Mate, it depends entirely on what you're bringing in and what you're taking out. So if you want to swap it for effectively you're going to pay premium, give or take a little bit. that's about, if you work on that, you're not going to be disappointed. So the premium is the component that you would pay above spot price. So you're going to have to pay, if you assume you're going to have to pay all of that, you won't be disappointed. You might be able to get a squeeze less. I live in Darwin, the commute might kill me. Mate, where's your sense of adventure? Wish Brian could bring in the 10-ounce M&L Dragon. Well, see if you can twist Adzy's arm. You never know what's going on. The personal assistant. Sorry, I was thinking of the admin person. So we had the admin person start this week. So if you bump into a young lady called Sharon, she is our admin person nowadays. So I think this is day 2, and she's already walking around with her eyes the size of saucepans.
Wow. Congratulations on day 1. Getting day 1 under your belt.
She survived the first 8 hours. Let's see if she's hanging in there in a week's time.
Actually, I want to say that to Jim. Well done.
So, and the personal assistant, I don't know, Jim, how are you working out, mate?
Indispensable, obviously.
So if you couldn't hear, he said indispensable. Yeah. So, yeah, he's trying to keep me in line. It doesn't work very well, but he does try.
He is doing a good job, though, so yeah.
Yeah. Where are we? How do they work out capital gains tax for the sale of gold bought overseas? That's an ATO question on that one. I'm going to duck on that one. When are intrinsic tender 1 ounce gold coming back in stock? That's an excellent question.
Next week, based on delivery, speaking to the refiner.
Yeah. Con's good, I agree. And I think we've hit the bottom.
Yeah.
Suggestion there for you, Jim. Might need an electronic dog collar to keep Michael in line. It's not such a dopey idea, actually. So, yes. I think we can wrap it up there.
I think so.
We've staggered our way through till 4 o'clock.
Sorry I didn't get to a lot of the questions myself here because, I don't know what's happened with my internet today. But I will be reading through them all over the weekend as I rewatch and reread. So thank you to everyone who has joined us.
And you're welcome, Susan. It's great to have you here for your first time. Thank you everyone for joining in. Thanks, DJ, for the stress we put you under. Thanks, Alex, for coming along. You're going to make an appearance next week?
Yes.
We've
actually having coffee before this and during has helped out a lot. So. Thanks for the shout, by the way. Yeah,
no worries. I was a bit stressed when it was, 2:28, and you hadn't staggered through the door, but that's okay.
But it's worth it. See, I go to specific coffee. I'm very fussy with my coffees.
So thank you, a huge thank you for you guys joining in as well. This wouldn't be a live stream without you guys, and the fact that over 300 people sit there and listen to us rabbit on for an hour and a half frequently amazes my wife. She can't believe that.
That's that's live. There's still a lot more that watch afterwards.
That's right. Yeah. So it's a huge thank you to you guys for joining in and absolutely making the live stream. If it was just us two rabbiting around up the front, it wouldn't be anything. It's the interactions that we get. So a huge thank you. It is Friday. It's a huge weekend coming up. So I'm going to Farm World. Woohoo!
I'm going to go see my mum for some home-cooked Eastern European meals. Woo!
Yeah, excellent. And obviously the Avalon Air Show. So Farm World's down in Gippsland. It's a big farming expo, largest in the Southern Hemisphere. So if you're into that sort of thing, head down into Gippsland and you'll see that. This weekend, the air show is on at Avalon. If you're in the neighbourhood, head up that way. And I'm sure there's many other things happening around the country. So get out there, support your local communities, and get in there.
And like Wes Waldo, if you find Ruben or Adzy, say hello.
Avalon, say hello. Take a photo with them in their BN bag.
If you're on Twitter, tag us on there.
Yeah, that's right. It's a great weekend. Hang in there. Enjoy that wonderful feeling of spot price going up, and basking in that glory that you've been telling all your friends and family. It's going to go up. It's going to go up. Well, here it is. It's on its way up. So enjoy that. Stay safe. Hang out with your family, and just have a great weekend. And we will see you for an exciting week of new releases and all sorts of fun and games at Bullion Now next week.
With lots of buybacks. See ya.
See ya.
Have fun.